I'm here today in Werribee South and I've got Catherine Valicia. She's a grower, a Hort Innovation Nuffield Scholar and an absolute legend. Thank you, Catherine, for having me.
Thanks for having me on the show, Gemma.
So Catherine, how did you get into horticulture?
My grandfather came from Albania and started growing vegetables. My dad and his cousins and brothers worked in that business. They all made separate businesses and I started working for Dad when I was 19 and now I've become managing director.
Wow, so you've been in this ever since you were young and did you ever think you would
I'm still young.
Of course you are. Did you always think you would be a grower?
No, not really. I kind of just fell into it when I was, in teenage years and not really doing that much. And then as I evolved, there were certain aspects I really enjoyed in it. I could see the opportunity and...
You own Valicia Farms?
Yes, I own Valicia Farms.
That's incredible. And what are you most passionate about when it comes to farming?
I really like the opportunities that it affords many people, and particularly because it has such a diverse workforce with a lot of diversity in the people that it offers positions and roles to. I really feel like there's a lot of talent and a lot of opportunity you can afford a different group of people.
And what sort of produce do you grow?
Well, around here we grow cauliflowers, broccoli, iceberg lettuce and celery, so that's in Werribee South. And then in Caldermead, which is closer and sandier soils, we grow our spring onions and kale.
Yeah, lovely. And I hear you've got a really good cauliflower recipe.
Yeah, and it's easy. So you get a whole collie with the leaves, put it in some boiling water, take it out, salt and pepper and oil in a hot oven and let it go until it goes brown. Magnificent.
Ooh, yum. So it's like roasted cauliflower
Definitely.
with extra virgin olive oil. That sounds delicious. You ooze that passion and drive, and I'm sure the Nuffield Scholarship that you're involved in, that's going to really provide some wonderful leadership opportunities for you.
Absolutely. I won the Nuffield Scholarship this year thanks to Hort Innovation. My study topic will be looking at how do businesses, horticulture businesses, thrive and creating like a toolbox that we can feel empowered about and not just focus on things that we may lack, but think of our strengths and how we can utilise that to produce more and become better businesses.
Well, Catherine, thank you for having me on your farm. It's great to see your beautiful produce shining in the sunshine, and it's a pleasure to talk to a pioneer in horticulture. So thank you.
Thanks so much for coming out.
That was so much fun talking to Catherine Valicia. I love seeing women in horticulture taking leadership roles, and as a Nuffield scholar, she has just done so well and produces the freshest produce. So today I'm going to be making a shakshuka, basically Middle Eastern baked eggs. So it's a lovely dish. You can have it for breakfast on the weekend. You can have it as a quick and easy lunch or dinner. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to slice this onion. Now there's a little secret, and in fact you can reduce the amount of tears by how you slice it. And it's really rich in vitamin C, antioxidants like quercetin, which have a really important role in supporting our health and wellness. By doing it this way, you get a nice dice and less tears, because a lot of the compounds that are actually causing the gases to be released, which bring on those tears, are found in the root. You can put your onions in the fridge for a couple of hours beforehand. By reducing the temperature, it actually slows down the process of those gases releasing, and you're less likely to get the tears coming on. Okay, so now I'm going to heat up some extra virgin olive oil, and I'm using Australian extra virgin olive oil. Now, did you know that extra virgin olive oil is actually just the fresh juice of an olive? That's it. And extra virgin, if you look for extra virgin on the label and the Australian extra virgin certified triangle on the bottle, you'll know that you're getting premium quality from Australian growers. The good thing is with extra virgin olive oil, because it's got high levels of antioxidants, you can actually heat it up higher than if you were using a lower quality oil. So just to mix things up a little bit today, I'm using some of Catherine's spring onions as well. So I'm just going to slice these finely. Oh, hear that sizzle? That means the oil is at the perfect temperature. And we've also got a clove of garlic here. I really wish you could smell this right now. It smells like the weekend. those onions are done. They're soft, they're translucent, and those aromas are releasing. So now I'm gonna add some spices, paprika, some ground cumin, and pinch of cayenne pepper. If you're not a chili person, do not enter cayenne pepper, because I tell you what, it'll blow your socks off if you put too much in. The capsicum, soften that down. This doesn't take long at all. And to be honest, something like this, I like to do, you know, when I get home from work, might pour myself a little glass of wine, cheeky glass, you know, one for the dish, one for me kind of thing. It's a lovely way to just relax at the end of a day. So those Australian grown vegetables are softening up really nicely. I'm going to add some canned tomatoes now. And these come from the Goulburn Valley in Victoria. So again, local produce at its best. Keep an eye on that. It's going to reduce down and it's going to be a nice sort of saucy texture. Okay, so now I'm going to add some of Catherine's kale. Chop this very roughly. They're going to soften up nicely. They'll add a pop of colour and a lovely flavour as well. Look at that, doesn't that just look incredible? So much colour there. And of course, with Australia's produce, you're always going to get a lot of colour and of course a lot of flavour. Kale really is a superhero. And isn't it great that we can add some greenery to pretty much any dish? The kids won't even know it's there and it's good for you too. Okay, so time to get it into our beautiful little ramekins. I love these. Reminds me of, you know, what you get when you're out for Saturday morning brunch after the gym. Those spices, that hint of chili, that tomato. So I made just a little hollow in there. Crack them straight in. My mum and dad have chickens and the eggs from their chickens, the yolks are so vibrant and yellow, just like these. And I think that says a lot about the freshness of the eggs. Well, let's get cracking and get these eggs into the oven. Now, if you're like me and you like that yolk a little bit runny, around 12 minutes, but if you're like my mum and dad who like their eggs hard cooked, then maybe 15 to 20. So here are my Middle Eastern baked eggs and they just smell divine. So what I'm going to serve it with is some fresh greens. Life is always better with a little bit of greenery. And I'll just top it with a sprinkle of pepper. So there you go, that's my Shakshuka Middle Eastern baked eggs with Catherine Valicia's kale and spring onions. The moment of truth. Oh, look at that egg, beautiful. What more could you want than some fresh sourdough bread dipped into those eggs? So thanks to Catherine Valicia for sharing her story and her kale and her spring onions, and I hope you enjoy this recipe.